Hello everybody, welcome to this little table discussion about the upcoming election. My name is Samuel.
I'm Elizabeth.
And we just want to have a little chat about Teamsters United Arizona and about the National Teamsters United, and we just want to sit here and compare notes, and we invite you to listen in, we discuss the election.
I'm really excited that we did decide to run as delegates for the IBT convention.
I am as well. Me too.
But I'm really irritated that there's a lot of rumors going around about us trying to take the jobs of local officers.
And that's unfortunate, because that's just simply not true. Our local officers, they have their positions, and those positions are skewed, period. Got nothing to do with local elections. It has everything to do with the convention that's coming up.
Because at the convention, what we're going to do is we're going to go there and we're going to vote on amendments. And we're going to vote on those based on the interests of the people that send us there, as well as vote on who's going to be on the ballot when it comes in the fall for the IBT president election.
Absolutely. And that election, we're supporting our candidate is Fred Zuckerman of Teamsters United, the National Teamsters United slate. And Liz, we absolutely need new leadership. I mean, just take a look at the multi-employer pension disaster.
It has been a disaster, and it's really sad because those were hardworking Teamsters for years that were really planning on having their pensions. And not only that, but it affects everybody, because it's not just current retirees, but we're going to be retired one day too.
Absolutely, and that's just one of the problems. Another problem is a decrease in membership. I mean, I look at the roles under this current administration. Our membership has certainly decreased, and you know what? We have weaker contracts now, Liz.
We do. We have weak contracts, and within those contracts, we have weaker language than we need.
And so what? So what? We've been able to get contracts, and look at all. If you look at it, all the trades. Take a look at the contracts. Contracts is just not as strong no more. And although we get in contracts, you know what? It's becoming harder and harder to enforce those contracts.
And the union as a whole has been going on this negative trajectory, and that's not a place we want to go.
Absolutely. And you have pockets of the country that are being successful where we're losing. A couple of areas are gaining, up under leadership such as Fred Zuckerman and Tim Sylvester and stuff like that. Those areas have been gaining, and that's one of the reasons why we need new leadership. You know what? You know how long Fred has been a Teamster?
He's been a Teamster for 37 years.
37 years. Check that out. And you know what? You know what kind of things he did during the course of those 37 years?
He's worked in multiple trades. He was a steward, he was a business agent, and right now he is the president of one of the largest locals in the United States.
Absolutely, and running quite efficiently, I might add. One of the things that Fred Zuckerman stands for, he wants to organize in the core industries.
He does. He wants to organize in warehouse, in grocery, in construction, in freight, in car haul. All of those are going to be important, because that leads to things like a better multi-employer pension fund.
Absolutely. You know what? And some of the things that, like she's pointing out, one of the things with organizing in core industries, it helps our membership rolls. It starts to increase and give us an influx of new members. Number two, it helps with an influx of a revenue stream, more revenue streams, which is something that is desperately needed.
It is, because that's the lifeblood that's going to keep things like the multi-employer
pension fund. Absolutely. And you know what? Another thing that he stands for is education, Liz.
He does, because you know what? He's had that unique perspective that not only has he been at multiple trades, but because he was a steward, he was a business agent, he's now president, he understands that leadership role and the education comes from the top down.
Absolutely.
So he knows that if the business agents are educated and the stewards are educated, then they're going to be able to educate the members, and that's actually going to create stronger representation, because the members are going to know what they're talking about.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And you know what, Liz? He's also negotiated national contracts. And one of the things that she just made mention of, he has an intricate knowledge as it pertains to being a regular Teamster. Him and his family lived under a bargaining unit contract. So he has an intricate knowledge as it pertains to what that means and how that
He understands what it is to be a Teamster, and he understands what it is for all of us and the things that we go through.
Absolutely.
And one of those things is that our voices really aren't being heard, and he knows that firsthand.
Firsthand. And you know what? Can you elaborate on what happened over in his local?
Well, you know, in his local, they voted no on the contract twice. And one of those times they voted no, the second time, it was 94%. Can you believe that? 94% of a local voted no. And what happened?
They got a contract imposed on them. That's not Teamster. That's what?
That's a dictatorship.
That's not Teamster.
No.
That's not Teamster, not at all. You know what? Contracts meet. The bottom line, folks, contract needs maintenance. And you need a leader that has foresight, someone that is able to look at the contract, to look at the trajectory of a contract, to see, you know what? Sometimes the solutions of an older contract does not fit the needs of a new one. As simple as that. And we have a candidate in Fred Zuckerman, and in the rest of the Teamsters United slate, you know, the national one, they know exactly what we need.
And the vision that they're setting forth is for the betterment of all Teamsters.
It's just that simple. We need the structure, we need the leadership of Fred Zuckerman. And so we hope that some of these items that we're discussing, that you know what, kick the tires, do your own research, and
just learn more about Fred Zuckerman and the entire Teamsters United slate, because we are here as Teamsters United Arizona to support what they're doing on a national level and bringing it down to our local level.
Absolutely. So when people make mention of, you know what, why should we put our future in your hands? You're not. You're supporting the vision of a trusted, proven, dedicated leader. Someone who puts the members first. Please vote. Teamsters United AZ, vote. Fred Zuckerman, Teamsters United. Thank you.
Thank you.